the magic button on?
Yes.
All right. All right. So, turn that off. We will call this special meeting of the Village Holly Parks Commission to order at 7 p.m. on October 10th. Can I get a roll call, please?
Police. Here. Peltonen.
Here.
McCanny.
Here.
Hutchins. Lemon.
Here.
Powers.
Here.
Rankin.
Here. I'll make the motion to excuse Joe from the meeting tonight. I know he is at the Township Parks meeting this evening.
Support.
Motion and support. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. You have the agenda before you. Does anybody have any changes? I'll make the motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We don't have minutes to approve, nor any public comment. On the agenda this evening,
Get right to it.
Mr. Clark wants to
Excuse me.
build a little library to place at Crapo Park, as you are all aware. So we just wanted to have you come and present your idea, kind of give us an idea of what you're building, how big, what color, your plans for maintaining. We thought we'd have you maintain it maybe for the first year, and then after that we could probably take it over from you and have it be a portion, have it be part of the parks. We'll see how it works out for the first year, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Everything will be fine, and it'll be a nice addition to the village park. So without further ado, what do you have for us? Oh, and state your name and address for the record, please.
All right. I'm Ben Clark on 9600 Oakhurst Road in Davisburg. So I'm a Boy Scout with Troop 43 of Mali, Michigan. I'm a Life Scout, and I'm working on the APE project. And I'll remember my troop gave me an idea of building a take a book, leave a book, which is a little box, and you put books in it, and then the community can come in and put books in it, and they can take them and leave one for everyone to come in and read. The box I was thinking of building is about 2.5 feet long-ish, wide, whatever wide this is, and 3 feet tall, and like 1.5 feet the opposite way of what this is. And then having a peak with a little overhang for all the water to run off so it doesn't damage the inside of it.
Right.
And we're going to find something to do on the roof to keep it weatherproof so it doesn't leak in through the wood or damage the wood, and to keep it lasting as long as possible. We are going to build a base on the bottom and the ground so they can, obviously stand up and won't fall over during weather elements.
Right. It's
And,
got to be attached somehow.
Right. We're gonna have it in the ground, and the adults will
Right.
attach it. We're gonna ask for donations for books from my troop to put in it for now, and then over time, if it runs out, I'm gonna ask donations from other people or from the library, whoever wants to donate books to it. If the community keeps it full, then that does its job.
The Holly Library would be a good resource for that.
I heard they have a lot of books.
Adult books or children's books?
I was thinking of books of all ages, children's books for young kids or up to young teens, adults, whatever I want to put in them. Put a variety in there to start, and then whatever ends up in there. That's what ends up in there.
So are you thinking of having this be something that's freestanding, or are you going to put a post into the ground?
I was thinking of putting a post in the ground, which I knew I'd have to ask permission for, and I don't know what permits I may need or anything like that. Who I would have to ask to dig there. So, excuse me, voice crack.
I think that's a better idea to make it semi-permanent, because then you don't have to worry about kids knocking it over, or sometimes all of our parks sometimes get late night kids.
Right.
Sure.
And that way it won't disappear.
I've seen them other places.
Oh, yeah,
I think it's
or
a great
disappear.
idea.
I do too, yeah.
Well, my main concern would be the weather. So just,
Right.
if we have it, I don't know if we can stake it down or if we need to actually build a foundation for it. I'm not really sure what the requirements would be, but I'll reach out to our DPW director and kind of get his thoughts on what would be the best way to affix it to the ground.
Yeah, you might want to have Brian go with Ben and say, this
Pick
is
out
a
a
good spot. Or, no, there's a electric
Right.
under there or whatever.
That's
Right.
I'm okay with that. We were talking last night at my meeting. I had my troop, and we were talking about digging it in ground a certain amount of distance, and then pouring concrete filling to keep it there, so when it knock over with elements.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
and
Yeah.
But, I mean, that sounds like a great
Give
plan
them
to
a
me,
small
but
foundation,
again, I'm
right.
not a construction expert, so.
Right. No, neither am I, obviously.
But Brian is. And he
Yeah,
can-
but Brian will be able to tell
Okay.
us what we can and need to do in order to keep it from flying off in the breeze.
First of all, congratulations on your pursuit. It's a very admirable pursuit.
Thank you.
And the other thing is, very unfortunately or fortunately, I bought about 5,000 books from a guy. And I have a garage full of books. And you can come over and pick out whatever books you want. It'd be just a donation from me.
It's
And
gonna have to
you'll be
make it
helping me
bigger.
out because it's cleaning my garage out. I don't know
It
who
better be
talked me into
20.
5,000 books, but literally. And I'm down to about 2,000.
You may need a bigger box.
The Veterans Library came in, picked up about 500 of them. The library downtown, our library picked up about 400 or 500 of them. But there's still several thousand left. And a lot of them are military, but there's this wide range of subjects. And if you want to write down my name and number, you're very welcome to give me a call. And when you're ready to start supplying the books, I'll be happy to start supplying them with them. And my name is Rick Powers,
Okay.
Powers, 248-459-0055.
All of America.
Have you
thinks it
finished
goes
reading
wide.
them all?
Yeah, I haven't
announced
gone
his
through
phone
the
number.
pictures. And my last question is, when do you hope to achieve your Eagle status? I don't know if that's the right term or
Yeah.
not.
I turned 18 in January 5th, 2019, so I have to have
Yes, you do.
everything done before then. I was hoping to start working on this project as soon as possible. Like, obviously I gotta wait for all the planning and all that stuff to go through the paperwork, but
Right.
I wanted to start, at least have most of it done, even if it's not in the ground yet. By the time the ground freezes, like if I can dig the holes before the ground freezes and have the holes ready,
Right.
like that was my plan to have that. And if we're not done building the library yet, and to put it on top of it, and then we stick to it even after the ground's frozen.
Yeah, I might recommend too, and it wouldn't be more expensive, is some sort of plexiglass to cover it.
Well, on the front of it, we're gonna have a plexiglass window on the front of it,
Right.
on the little door that opens up for
Okay,
everyone to get
good.
in there.
Did you bring any drawings or plans or anything with you
It's
that
not
we
a
can?
perfect drawing.
Well,
Well, it has to be perfect.
no, that's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them, they're nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Cute.
Perfect, good.
Very nice.
and I might even suggest, unless if it fits within the rules of of your achieving your Eagle Scout, that you build it first, and then if it gets to be too late in the season, then we just wait until the spring to
Yeah,
install
I'm sure
it. I mean,
the scout board will understand that part before.
as
we put
long
it
as
up.
it's built and
We have it
everything's
built and
ready
done.
and
And
we
approved,
have
yeah.
and we
Correct,
have
yeah.
a location picked out and we know where we're going to put it, and we just can't because the ground's frozen. Then
Right. Yeah,
we
I
just
think
wait
they do that.
until April or something to put it in the ground.
But I know the scouts are pretty sticky about you getting it done before your 18th birthday.
Yeah, they
We-
are.
2 boys from our church will be king. Where does your troop meet?
Troop 43 in VFW in town.
Oh, good.
Good,
Okay.
great. Are you the mother?
Guilty.
You must be very proud.
Proud mama.
It's quite an accomplishment.
It is.
Sure is. I
Did
have
you-
a question.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
sorry.
go ahead. You
Did-
ask first.
Are we still doing this at is it
Crapo.
Crapo Park?
That
Yeah.
was my
Okay.
question
That was
too.
my
Where were
question.
you wanting to
Oh,
put
was
it?
great?
I had a question. Yeah, because I was thinking Crapo, and then I think Chris said he wanted to put that here, which I didn't know where you guys wanted to put it.
Oh.
Well,
I'm
no,
okay
we
with
had
putting either or.
so we had talked in the past. There have been talks in the past of creating one of these and
Right.
the location and putting them in different locations throughout the village. And KRCC was one of the locations. Crapo was another, and Ganshaw Park was another location that had been talked about in the past. So I wanted us to make sure that we agreed Crapo was a good place to put the first one,
Right.
and everybody seemed to agree that that would be a fine location.
Okay.
It's right down in the heart of things.
Right. Yeah. That's why I thought that'd be a good area. It's right near downtown. People can walk from downtown over there.
Good.
That sounds
Yeah,
perfect.
so-
Where in Crapo? Did you have in mind?
Oh no, I haven't went there and looked yet, but this is somewhere.
You might wanna
My-
go with
Near
Brian.
Crapo.
Yeah,
Right.
I think in my head, where I'm seeing it is at the, I guess it would be, let's see, if we're in the park. If you're in the park, if you're looking at a map of the park, it would be the southeast corner. So
Near the
kind of where,
gazebo.
yeah, like between the gazebo and the parking lot.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that
And then
area-ish,
this
right.
way towards the sidewalk to kind of keep it out in the open and
Okay.
in
Isn't that
full
the north?
public view. That would be the north, yes, that would be
Yeah.
the north, my bad.
Okay.
That's what
Northeast.
I was thinking, north.
I was thinking
Northeast.
you meant over by where we put that portage on.
No, I
Like,
didn't, no.
Well, I got a reading material while you're sitting down.
Read while you're in the Board of Ed, okay?
Well, you grab a book, you go to the, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Take it home with you, though.
Hey, yeah, we don't
We don't want
put
that book back
Don't put
now.
it back in there.
Take it with you.
Okay.
And that's what you're hoping, that people will take books and bring books and.
Yeah, they'll take a book and then they'll read it and they'll put a book
Yeah.
back in there, or put that book back in there for someone else to come and read, and everybody can do it. You know, kids over the summer can go up there and stay up on their reading throughout the summer, and stay learning.
Great idea.
Will you have sort of like the instructions, like take a book, you know?
Yeah,
on
I can
the-
print
okay.
instructions off or put something on there.
Some may not know
Yeah,
to do
I think
that.
take a book, leave a book is pretty
Yeah,
self-explanatory.
pretty
I mean, if,
clear.
if it says that on it, I
Right.
think
Yeah,
that
that's
would
what I
be.
meant.
Yeah, I'm
Just-
planning. I don't have it on my
right.
picture.
I mean,
but
I don't think you have to have like a list of
Oh,
instructions.
no.
No, I was gonna have a member of our troop make a sign. She's really good with art. I was gonna have her make a sign to hang up on the top of
Yeah.
it, or like
Perfect.
nail to the
Sounds
side of
good,
it. You know,
yeah.
says take a
Yeah.
book, leave a book on there.
Sounds
I
good.
think it would be really nice to put on your sign something recognizing your troop number.
Yeah, we were thinking of that too. You know,
Yeah.
putting my name on there like a. We
Yes.
have
What kind of
Well, yeah,
finish
put your
did
name-
you have in mind?
I was thinking of painting it. I had an idea of painting it white because you know holly colors, and then putting a red H on the sides, and then like holly on the back,
Oh.
or something else. Maybe we can have them paint like the Bronco H. I just seen that tonight. I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
Paint that H with the Bronco on the back. She's really good with art, so I'm sure she could.
That'd be
Have her
nice.
paint
Actually,
that.
I mean, the stencil that created these is probably of a size that would fit on the back
Right.
of the box you're going to build. So you might even be able to use that exact stencil.
I might be
Sounds
able to-
good.
No, sounds good.
All right, good.
So,
One last thing.
oh, go
Yeah.
Have you
ahead.
thought about putting a solar light on possibly above it? They don't work a lot of times during the winter, but during the summer they work very effectively and they're very inexpensive. I think you can get a pretty nice solar light for less than $20 these days.
You could
So,
probably get
just
Home
a
Depot.
thought.
You could probably get Home Depot to donate one
Oh, yeah.
to your
Or
project.
even maybe Ace.
Because
or
Ace in town.
curtains
Um, I know Home Depot does a lot of donations. Ace is kind of new, so I'm not as familiar with them, but I know we do get a lot of donations from Home Depot for things like, you know, Community Play Day and a lot of projects going on. And a lot of other groups get
Doesn't
donations.
hurt to ask around.
No, that's just a thought. I mean, if you don't have it, you don't have it. But it would be kind of nice to have some sort of light.
Yeah,
above
that
it.
would be. That would be neat to kind of, you know, highlight
Yeah.
the fact that it's there.
Right. Yeah, I did not think of that. That's a good idea. Thank you. I'll look into that.
This is a great project.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our only request is that you come back when you receive your eagle,
I will.
so we can all congratulate you.
Okay.
Yeah, be the first Wednesday in January will be our next meeting.
Very proud of it.
So we generally don't have meetings in November and December. So our next meeting will be in January.
But please keep us posted on it. We're very interested, and this meeting was actually called special for you.
That's what I heard. Thank you.
And everybody would have been here, but he had another meeting to go to, so.
Meetings.
You'll be the first one because we have been talking about it our council has talked about it.
Yep.
The Parks Commission has talked about it, but just nobody has done it yet, so.
Good.
There you
I
go.
think it's great.
Okay.
Can I make
So
a motion?
you can. I was going to suggest making the motion to send the recommendation to council that we approve or that we install after you build it, we install the take a book, leave a book.
Okay, that's the motion.
Either in the spring.
I can't remember what I make that motion.
Okay. So, and I'll support it. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll look forward to seeing maybe some pictures along the way. You have my email.
I would definitely
I would
keep in
love for you
touch.
to send me some, hey, here's what I got done this
Yeah.
weekend,
Progress.
some progress reports. I'd love to see them, and I'll pass them out to the rest of the group here.
Alrighty.
And we look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Can I get your signature too, or someone's signature?
Yes.
I just need someone's signature on my paper.
Happy to sign for you.
Let's say that you guys approved it.
He has a check he wants
Yep.
to sign.
So.
I know there's a lot of
It's one
hoops you have to
that
jump
we
through.
approve, So
to
I
get
don't know if that
your
would be
eagle.
the village or you, I don't know who that would be. I don't know.
have you provided us a copy of Navigating the Eagle Scout Service Project? Or do we need that? Okay.
Well, you've given us what you're gonna do.
2018 still, yes.
Almost.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you for
All
coming.
right.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, I doubt we have any reports. Anybody have any further comments they'd like to chime in?
Maybe Sarah or Angie can give everybody an update on the Halloween, because that's really progressed along very, very nicely.
Yep.
And I think as being part of parks, we all need to be on the same page, so to speak. So, Sarah?
So our event will start at 3 o'clock. Will be the trick-or-treating downtown. Our goal is to bring the crowd from downtown across the Broad Street over to Crapo as fast as possible, so we can open up Saginaw. We're not going to put anything on Saginaw. We are obligated to close Saginaw for the event because of all the children, just for safety. But we do want to move the crowd as fast as we can over to Crapo. Over in Crapo, we're going to entice everybody with free cider and donuts, and a costume contest with prizes awarded for different categories. We'll have adult categories, baby category, children's category, and
Animal.
Possibly. We're working on
Pet
it.
categories.
Yeah, yeah. And then we'll also be having a bonfire, community bonfire. This will be an annual thing over in the park. And tractor rides, free tractor rides. The balloon guy, I talked to him today. He's still planning on coming. He wants to contribute making some of the decorations, possibly. He wants to make a big balloon scarecrow, and he wants to do a big balloon arch. So I was thinking the nice way to get everybody, pull everyone over, is to put an arch over the sidewalk at the crosswalk.
At the railroad tracks.
Yes, and so we can tell people from downtown right over
Go
there.
through the balloons.
Then also decorate the pavilion, and we'll have music and fog over there, and
What are the hours for the trick or treat?
it starts at 3 o'clock, and it's usually, it's till they run out of candy usually, but we're gonna start our costume contest at 5 p.m.
Okay, so Saginaw will be closed from 3 to 5,
ish.
pretty much.
If we can
not-
get it open
if
before
the kids,
5,
right,
we'll open it.
if everybody migrates over sooner than that,
Yeah,
we'll open
better,
it up
yeah,
sooner.
sure.
Yeah, once they start seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff.
I have an interesting update. I talked to the chief last night. Remember about the crosswalk guards?
Yes.
Well, I did get a hold of Lori. She is getting 5 crosswalk guards. But when I talked to Chief Story last night, he is going to still have 2 officers or paid crosswalk, guards
Yeah.
like he wanted.
Where are we gonna put 7 of them?
Well, I think they're going to, what Lori's idea is to help with parking.
Oh, okay, good.
Trying to,
Oh, that's
help
even
steer with
perfect. Yeah, okay.
parking also, because she said she would have the vests and the cones and parking signs and all.
Great.
So I, let her go with that
Yeah.
type of thing. But anyways, an interesting thing when I was talking to Chief Story about that last night, because I wanted to make sure that that was okay, and like we had them for holidays and all, and he said yes, but he was glad that I mentioned it, because what he would like to do, since we're involving people doing these crosswalk guards and the parking attendants and whatever you want to call them, for all these activities now through Main Street, he would like to get a group, since they do have a core group that likes to do this kind of thing, he would like to get that core group into a training
Yeah.
Nice.
Good idea.
session. So he
Okay.
asked me to contact Lori, and she was supposed to contact him today. So that's just, we'll have more people
Yes.
actually.
Be a better
Right, like
coordinator.
Yes.
official crossing guards.
Well,
Yes,
I'd like the
I
kids
thought that
to
was a
see
great
police
idea.
officers and
Yes.
know that they're your friends,
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. The one thing that we don't have worked out yet was Angie's idea to provide hot cider. I think that that's a really nice touch, and that we should definitely try to get that
Does
done.
anybody know anybody with big coffee urns? That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
talked to
thinking.
them. They have one, and they provide it. It's a 5-gallon, and so yeah, he said they provided for us that day.
So
Yeah, but
does
the
it
only
heat
issue
it,
is that we have to
or
do
does it only
50
keep it
gallons.
warm
Well,
after it's been
remember-
heated?
warm. Just keeps it warm.
So-
It doesn't.
So we got to figure out a way to warm it up. Though.
If it's a regular coffee,
Right, when he-
you're talking one of those big coffee things. When I did for Dickens Festival, when I was upstairs doing the warming room or whatever
Yeah.
you called it, that's what they had in there was a coffee
Yeah, I
urn
don't know
type
if
thing.
it was though.
Yeah.
But we need that times 10 because we have 50 gallons that we have to warm and serve.
Not everybody's
Well, it
going to
doesn't
want
all have
hot
to be
cider.
hot, though.
though.
Some people might want
Hot.
it cold.
But it was hot. It
believe it.
definitely because they made hot chocolate and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it kept it hot. They had hot chocolate and tea bags, and it was definitely hot enough. But no, that was the one that was in the township building. I don't know if they all work
Right.
the same.
Right. We've got some digging to do for sure.
Okay. Anyway, the event is we're all just pulling itself together. It's been remarkably easy. It's so nice to see everybody trying to come together to make a free community event, and that there's so many people still on board with it, even though we have so many other things. I was afraid that everybody would be burnt out. And
Yeah.
It's not. been the
When
case.
I walked.
Festival overload.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like more just
Everybody likes.
everybody. Yeah, it's generating more and more people who want to get involved.
Good.
When I walked through downtown today, I was doing it for Ladies' Night Out and for
Yeah.
Halloween, and I was like really surprised. It took me so long. I was out for 3 hours, and just all I did was one side of the street, and not even but everybody seemed very receptive, which I was like really surprised. Nobody asked, if they
I
just
think that-
asked, do we, have to have them come in? I said, no, you can do it right there, have it right, and not a single one asked if anybody was providing candy for them, or, they just said they would put it out.
Right.
So,
Yeah, great.
Okay.
That's
Well,
great.
that's how it's been this past several
Yeah.
years. So.
and we've,
Yeah, I think the vast majority of the business
just
owners
used to it.
downtown like having, especially especially something like this that's short. It's just a couple hours. It's not shutting the street down for the whole day or a weekend.
People might see their shop that wouldn't otherwise.
Right. There's going to be 1,000 people downtown.
Well, and I kind of apologized and said, it won't be like it has been the last couple of years with all the inflatables and all, and they're actually happier.
Yeah, because
They are actually happier.
Right.
It will be calmer.
Yeah, it'll be less. We wanted to keep it more simple.
So-
and I think that'll be. I think we'll do a good job of it. All right. So we don't have any reports. Board member comments.
I
We're
wanted to
done.
add a couple
Oh, you got
things
more?
to
Just
that.
one.
Oh, everybody's got more.
Oh, no, I just wanted to add a couple of things to that. Deals for those who are not been picking up is going to give us a great deal on the cider and 200 of the donuts.
Yep.
They are going to deliver them. They are going to deliver them to the Moose, because anything that we have to return in cider has to stay refrigerated.
Right.
So we'll use the refrigeration system at the Moose.
That's good.
And then what we don't use, they're going to buy back. So that's a good thing.
I think we'll use it all.
I do too.
I'm guessing we'll use it all.
Chris, I think we will too. Only if the weather's bad.
Yeah, you never.
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah,
that's
the
the
only.
caveat to
That
it.
could
If the
put a
weather's bad,
kibosh
then
on
so it's really nice that they're going to buy it
Yeah.
back if the
So
weather is bad.
it's a nice thing to be able to fall back on if we
Right.
need
Right.
it.
Yeah, if
And
we have
but
an awful rainstorm come through,
Right.
Yeah.
it's gonna
I
change.
mean, if the
whole
weather's
thing.
like
Yeah,
this,
everything
then
will be changed.
And the thing is, like it would be nice to have warm cider, but if we can't get the
No.
urns, it's not a bit, it doesn't
Right.
have to be.
yeah,
warm.
it's
That's a
just
good
one
idea.
more thing to try for, and if we don't, well, we still got the cider. I actually may have a line on a box of styrofoam cups.
Oh yeah, that was
So-
another thing. The one of the vendors from Shops 101 said that if let her know if we need anything
Yeah, 'cause
else.
we've got.
And that's when she came up with cups, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if they're
Napkins.
I saw
if
we
we're
have
having cups, napkins.
3 giant Costco boxes of the 8-ounce styrofoam cups at work, and I just saw them in passing, and so I didn't get to see how many are in each box, but I'm sure I can get my work to
Okay, what
donate
about
one of the
napkins?
boxes.
I don't
Well,
think
now
we
you're
need
pushing it.
plates. Can't you just give
Yeah,
out the
you're not-
donuts
yeah,
with
that's-
a napkin?
Yeah,
On
Yeah.
a napkin. We could buy a couple of bags of
Okay,
napkins.
well,
It'd be like
yeah,
$6
and
bucks.
we got another $250 to that
Right, and I
donation.
mean napkins are cheap, so. well,
It was my suggestion that Angie find out from Joe Calypso how much it would be and how fast we could get a banner. Maybe we could actually have a banner made up this year for every year instead of waiting till next year. Originally we talked about doing that next year,
Right.
but if
I'll
we
call
have
Joe,
the extra
too.
money coming in, maybe
I've
we
got
can get that
I've got to call him
done.
about the park signs
See what
anyways.
he can do for us.
Melissa,
I can contact
she
him
put up
tomorrow.
an amazing ad. I thought it was really cute. I really liked what she came up with, and if it was okay with her, we could just have our banner made like that. Just change the wording to, you know, Saturday before Halloween.
Right.
Yeah, and then it'd be good forever.
Right.
I liked it. I reposted it.
By way of the finances, and this is, I find, incredible. We've raised so far $1,410, and plus there's another $100 coming in from the men of the Moose, so that's $1,510.
Nice.
So we have this year covered, and hopefully next year covered, and possibly the banner covered. So
Nice.
as everybody really chipped in and people came together, and it all came out very nicely. And Angie was in front of the store with her little can and
On the
dropped in a
benches, that was
$250 check, and so it's worked out really, really nice. So we do have money to cover this year, and the napkins, you can get those anywhere.
Yeah, you can
High
buy you
foods
can buy
or
1,000 napkins
Well,
for $6.
You know,
Yeah.
it's nice to know, though, that, you know, I had a couple of shops that, you know, let us know if you need anything else. And like I said, I only went to one side of the street. I haven't even gone to the other side yet.
Yeah. And
So-
some place like Cupcakes and Kisses might have a line on being able to buy some, you know, Halloween napkins.
Napkins,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, some
Or the dollar
some
store,
spooky
too.
napkins or
dollar
something. Or
store.
yeah, the dollar store we might be able to get something real cheap there too.
All right.
No, it came together
had-
very nicely.
Joyce,
Thank you, Sarah, for grabbing
Joyce,
this one.
You
Oh,
had
this
something
is
you wanted.
fell
just kind of a
For sure.
off the subject, but does anybody know, are they installing the clock? I saw them working down there.
They've got to get the base done first.
They
I'm not.
were working on something down
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're
it looked
working on
like they were prepping for the base.
I
Yeah.
thought so.
I think they put cement.
Yeah, they probably.
I saw them with the cement down there, yeah.
There
So
was a
they're that
cement
much
truck.
closer? That's good.
Oh, so
can't
one
wait
step
for it.
closer.
Yep.
Okay. We will adjourn.
Okay, is that
Okay.
good?
7:26.
Probably. It was kind of
26-minute meeting.
it was kind of drizzling.
Yeah, it was 16 minutes longer than I thought it would be.
Well, I think it's good that we are all on the same page with Halloween.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it was nice having a little recap.
People are